So mostly I would say the schools are, and very remote areas, for example villages, they might not have English medium schools, but most cities and towns, and they have English medium. Yeah. So if you ask me whether I am stronger in English or my own language, I would say English, because I've always studied in English. So yeah, and it's completely opposite to Denmark, isn't it? Here everybody studies in Danish. Yes. So
mother tongue, is that Bengali or?
my mother tongue is not, although I live in this part of India, I come from this part of India, my mother tongue is not Bengali because my parents are not from that community, that's why. But I've been born and brought up there. So my mother tongue is Hindi, which is the national language. But of course, since I have lived there all my life, till I was married, I have a strong command on that language. But we have two people over here who are Bengalis. And they love rice and fish. Yes. Yeah, there he is from Bengal.
We are from West Bengal, yeah.
Yeah.
We have 37 heritage sites.
Yeah,
Oh, 37 heritage sites.
And out of those pictures, I think 3 of them are UNESCO heritage sites.
Three of them, yes. Yes.
So they are in all 37.
37,
So
yes.
6th most for any country.
Yeah. Yes, your question.
Is it also Hindi in Bangladesh and Pakistan?
The thing is that Hindi and Urdu is the language which they speak in Pakistan, Urdu. And we have several common words, like you have in Danish and Swedish. So you are able to understand a Swede, right? Because it is very close to Danish. Similarly, Urdu is very close to Hindi. So therefore, we are able to understand when any person from Pakistan talks, because it has many common words. And regarding Bangladesh, Bangladesh has a lot of common words in Bengali. The Bengali that they speak and the Bengali that we speak is very, it has a lot of words, common words, but it's not same as Hindi. It's very different than the national language. So yeah. Any questions about? Yes.
Would there be any common tax system all over India? Any kind of systematic tax?
I think I do not have much knowledge about Indian tax system. Maybe someone else can answer. But I do remember that we have introduced a tax system recently, which is common for all. Can you help me with the answer?
We have a common tax system in India, but there are slabs, and then salary is coming under which slabs, and then it has its own tax deduction policy. But it has a common tax for
Yeah. So it depends on how much you earn. Yeah. So we also have GST now, right?
Yes.
GST, which is over here it's 25% VAT. So in India also they have introduced recently, after the new Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who's our Prime Minister, he has introduced this new tax system where we have a same percentage, is it? Yeah. It's just like 25% VAT. We also have the same system now. Yeah. Yes.
When do your children start in school? Is it 4 years old like they are in Britain? Because it's been old.
Yeah. Mostly between 3.5 and 4 years.
Yes.
3
So
years?
basic-
Yeah. Sometimes even 3 years. 0+. Yes.
So how many years do you go to school then?
Normally. Normally it would be from 0. We have 2 years and then
1 to 10 and then plus 2.
10 plus 2, so
12 years.
12 years, yeah. 12, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same.
Yeah. 12 to 14 years, isn't it? If we count
think
the
14
kindergarten
yeah,
also.
yeah.
I think
12,
14.
14 years also, yeah. Because I remember I was in the same school from 0 class until I completed my class 12. So I was there almost for 14 years in my school. Yes. Yes.
You didn't mention the class system. I don't know what you call it.
Yes,
This
class
ranking-
system.
ranking.
Yes.
How much influence has it nowadays?
I would say that caste system is something that still exists, of course, and I'm not. Because of education, more people are coming out of it. Because initially this whole caste system started because of difference in your social status. I don't know. It's like how much you difference in how much you were earning. So people who were earning a lot and people who were not, and that's the reason why this whole caste system came, and also kind of work that you did. So, for example, people who were sort of cleaners, they would be on a lower caste, and people who were doing other jobs were on a higher class. So it was, but things are changing now because more and more people are getting educated, and education actually changes everything. It clears out this differences, and I think what India was not like that anymore. Yeah, so caste system, the whole thing is decreasing now, but it is still there and it takes time. So yeah, I hope.
Is there some laws about this system?
Laws, is there anybody who can help me with?
Yeah, I mean, I can say one thing. I mean, the thing is the caste system in India has been for like thousands of years, like what she has explained. But now, after getting independence, we got our social system. So the idea of the social system is like to give them jobs and a reservation and education, and to bring those people in the mainstream. Because it's just, I would say, it has been a practice of the upper caste. They always thought that people from the lower caste cannot be in the mainstream. So they cannot, be educated with us, they cannot do business with us, and they cannot be like our guest or something. So the idea of the social system is also to give them more opportunities so that they come mainstream.
Come up, yeah.
But of course, in the last 60 years, it has changed a lot, and of course, we have a long way to go. So I think and that's how.
Yeah, it is still there. The government is trying from its side to give reservations to people belonging to the so-called lower caste. So that's why now they are getting more seats in colleges. Most to do with your economical situation. So if you cannot afford it, how will you grow? So the government is trying from its side to help them economically by reserving seats, by giving them something called quotas, where certain people will from that particular caste will be there in that school. So it's a compulsory thing, and no one else can take their place. Some
Are there
reservations.
some differences in the schools between the pupils from lower class and higher class?
Not in the schools. I mean, the thing is that people with lower income cannot afford to go to certain schools. So, and mostly it is like, schools are based on, how much you can pay, so some schools are very expensive, so only people who can afford to go can go there, and people who cannot afford go to some other schools, and mostly it becomes like, broke,
Just to address your question, just to address this question is like we have government schools, and we have private schools.
Yes.
So if we talk about government schools, right, where you have free education, so I mean, it depends. It is your choice. Where do you want? Like for government schools, you can easily go and take admission based on the seat available. But yes, private schools are a little expensive, and if whoever can afford can go to the private schools. Sorry.
The caste system is not apparent in bigger cities or metropolitan cities. It is where it's very interior into India, where villages. It's more common there. Maybe I have never come across, being living in India for so long, I have never come across any caste system around me. I have not experienced
Because
that.
you have lived in a city. It's
In a
more
city.
prominent
So
in
it's
the
more
villages.
in small cities or more interior. You see it. Where people are not educated or there is no access to them. That's why they are still living in their own world or a shell. And then they are still following those old.
If you go to remote villages, but in cities and in bigger places, towns, this is vanishing now because of the education. More people are realizing it. There's no relevance actually. Your caste will not decide your talent. So Any other question? Yes.
Maybe an indiscreet question.
Yes.
Why did you choose to go to Denmark?
Oh yes. Oh yeah, I wanted to mention that. Yes. So in the year 2007, my husband got an opportunity to work here with Danske Bank, and that's why we came here. And I was still a student then, so I had to leave my studies in between and come to Denmark, and I was very nervous. But things really worked well, and I wanted to be here forever then. Yeah, so that's the reason why I came. Yeah. Yes.
What would you say that we Danes could learn by your country and your family?
Well, I think maybe the cultural thing, like we are very vibrant and colorful, and yeah, I think we have a lot of, and well, we are very maybe our culture is the right word to use. We have certain principles, and
And also maybe unity and diversity.
Yeah, unity and diversity. Yes. Yeah, we are several communities existing, and we celebrate each and every festival. So it's not that even we are actually celebrating Christmas also. Especially in the part I come from, we have Christmas trees, we have Christmas Eve, we share gifts, and we cut cakes, and we do this Santa Claus thing, and everything is done. So yes, I mean, because India has, of course, it's a Hindu country, but the second biggest population is Muslims. So we have and the third one is Christians. So of course we have everybody then. Yeah. They are the third biggest. So we have so many different communities that we coexist together, and it's a very big country. 1.2 billion is a very big number.